Anji is too comfortable in it, so you know what I mean. Nice. And we're back for another one of Fight Club. New episode of Fight Club. What we're going to be talking about is obviously the previous UFC 297 which just happened. Sean Strickland lost his championship belt at the...
Straight away.
Yeah, straight away. I was going to say it's a surprise and a shock, but this is what I wanted to first mention about the UFC and what I've realized, obviously, as the rise of UFC's taken place over the last decade and a half. You can't predict or expect anything. Expect the unexpected in the UFC, and I think that's why it's gained so many fans, because you just don't know what's going to happen in the fight on fight night.
Yeah, I mean, due to the violent nature of the sport,
There's
so many ways.
Why are you smiling like that for
I don't know, it's just funny, innit?
Why?
There's so many ways in which you can knock someone out or beat someone
Yeah.
in the octagon compared to
boxing, basically.
boxing ring.
And I think, other than just what I said there, the reason why it's gaining more fans is the big fights get made and they get put together quite quick. And there's no funnying about with it. There's no, the promoters, there isn't a promoter really. It's Dana White who's
I think the
the
thing
main
is,
man.
the main cry out from their side is that we don't get paid enough.
Yeah, and especially with what the precedent that Conor McGregor set.
Yeah.
As we went
Obviously,
forward.
his was due to the Floyd
Trash talking
Mayweather and the Floyd Mayweather.
Not even before Mayweather, got to give him credit.
He's
Obviously,
still making money, but
Mayweather took him into a different stratosphere, didn't
Do you know what I mean?
That fight and that. And I think that gave the MMA a lot more exposure as well in the UFC.
The thing is, not even just that, when they're watching YouTube fighters making more than them as well,
Yeah,
it must hurt.
I think we're going to do
What they're putting their bodies through.
you know what, so I think in a couple of weeks we'll do that as a full episode, right? The rise of YouTube boxing, what it means for traditional boxing. Should they get more mixed into it? We got misfits who are doing their cards quite regularly now, KSI's thing. And to be fair, I don't knock it, because if we could promote something like that and you're making that kind of money, you probably would.
Yeah, you'd do it.
Let's just be real.
You'd do it. Well, I think as a boxing fan,
It
someone
does.
that,
It does sour it a bit, doesn't it?
yeah, because, I don't know, like, there's just levels in it.
Yeah.
That's like Champions League and that's like League 2 or
100%.
Conference.
Even
Do you know
worse,
what I mean? Conference.
they're professionals in a way, and these lot are not.
Yeah, that's like conference.
Do you know what it is? I think is to bring more attraction and eyes to the sport, and it has brought more attraction and eyes to the
if
sport.
you make a new sport, as in, no, not a new sport, a new name.
I kind of know what you mean, yeah.
YouTube boxing.
Yeah, just call it, you actually call it YouTube boxing.
Or, I don't know, online boxing.
Yeah, entertainment boxing or something.
yeah.
Prize fighting.
Or even...
Prize fighting, even
whatever,
a bit more of a snazzy name.
Even for a joke, you call it like, I don't know, bloody half-time, part-time boxers.
Now, could you see the UFC doing something like that, or is anyone doing that with MMA? Getting someone to train for 6 weeks and saying, influencer-wise, or the rise, could you see that?
I think the difference is like, with the UFC and MMA in general, MMA has a lot more... variety anyway, in terms of there's not just UFC out there, there's other things, Bellator and stuff like that. So there are other places where you can get exposure. It's not obviously not the same exposure as UFC, but I'm saying in terms of...
I think Bellator's doing all right now, though. So.
Compared to UFC, though, innit?
I think what Bellator did well was that they got a free deal with the BBC. So obviously BBC iPlayer show all their main on their cards.
That's very good.
And not just that, is they obviously covering the in terms of journalism, they're covering it quite heavily now, that Bellator. So go on, UFC 297, I actually missed it, I was quite poorly that night. You watched it, you watched the Sean Strickland fight. What did you make of the fight?
Good fight.
Okay.
Good fight. It was back and forth really, but I think Du Plessis deserved it.
Right.
He did catch Strickland more. And Strickland, I don't know, you're coming off your first defence. This is your first defence of your title. I thought he would have shown more, to be honest.
I remember you saying that to us in the group as well. He looked a bit subdued, you lot were saying. I think
he wasn't showing enough in the ring, to be honest with you. And I think the decision was correct.
Did the hype outside the ring get to Sean Strickland's head, maybe?
It might have.
His popularity skyrocketed. So
he still gave Du Plessis a good fight, and it's not like, look, Du Plessis is no walkover.
He's not.
He's a very good fighter, and obviously he's the first South African champion in the UFC. So
big up
South Africa.
Big up to South Africa, the first ever South African champion. Big up South
Massive.
Africa anyway, the only one who stood up for Palestine in the world.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
just be real.
Big
right?
respect,
And stop
man.
the genocide.
And big love.
Let's just be real. Killing anywhere is wrong. All the civilians, innocent civilians, is wrong. And what's going on is a clear genocide. We know when one side doesn't have a military and the other side does. It doesn't matter what the media says. It doesn't matter what mainstream media are putting out there. I think this has shown clearly what's going on.
There's an agenda.
There's more than an agenda. We won't even get into it. God knows what will happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a clear message there. Stop the genocide. Free Palestine. Always. Always free Palestine. Right. So UFC 297.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'll be real with you. Like, there was only one more fight, and I'm saying one more fight. It was the fight of the night. Tavares, I think it's Tavares, that's how you pronounce his name, versus Sidi. Very, very good fight at Bantamweight. Honestly, it was war. 3 rounds of war, Didi. I need you to watch. After the pod, you're definitely watching this.
We'll check it out.
Even if it's just highlights here.
Yeah,
like,
we'll check
if
it
I
out.
can get the full fight, I'll get the full fight up, yeah. What a war. Honestly, back and forth, all the way. You know what? Sidi was unlucky. I'll tell you why. Sidi, early on in that match, he got caught a few times, the cheek and eye area, and he got bust up quick, and he got cut. There was a lot of blood covering his face, but I think after that, he kind of woke up and he was giving Tavares it back, but Tavares was a very good counterpuncher, that's what I must say. Very good counterpuncher. He was slightly shorter, so Sidi did have the advantage in terms of height, and I'm sure his reach would have, not necessarily, but probably did have a better reach in it. Naturally, that's
again another reason why UFC is probably gaining more popularity.
What a fight! Honestly, obviously when I looked at that card, obviously we both had a laugh about it. Like, there was nothing special about that card.
It's hardest card to start on.
But then when I put the UFC on, and that was the fight that just come on when I actually coincidentally I started it as that fight came on. What a fight! Honestly, one of the best UFC fights I've seen. A 3-rounder. Because they won a championship fight, was it? So, 3-round fight, proper war. And yeah, credit to Tavares. He got the decision in the end. It was 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. 2 in favour of him.
So it wasn't unanimous, it was a split decision?
It was a split decision, yeah. So other than that, I can't comment on anything.
Well, there you know, it's all right. Yeah. I think even I'll
say it's a must watch. Go watch that. Sidi versus.
I think even from our boys who watch UFC would say that's a fair analysis on that card there on the 297. Let's go on to 298 preview.
Yes.
Starting with Alexander Volkanovski, top big name in the UFC. Recently lost twice to Islam Makhachev, which is there's
nothing to be ashamed of.
Well said, yes.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Bro, he's in the good.
Listen, 29 fights and only 3 losses, and 2 of them coming to one guy.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Come on, man.
And he's a warrior. And Islam said it after the fight. He's the hardest fight he's had. He's, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of KSI's athletes, in it, prime athlete. So he's obviously gaining more popularity now as it goes on. Who's he fighting, Sub?
He is fighting Didi Topuria, who's ranked number 3 currently by the UFC. So he's ranked fairly highly. 14 fights, 14 wins, 4 by knockout, 8 by submissions. So he's
unbeaten who he's fighting?
Yes.
So it's not going to be a walkover?
No.
Let's be real.
He's a submission artist. Now the thing with Volkanovski is we know he's good at everything. He's got an all-round game. He's an all-rounder. And even his ground defensive duels are wicked. So
that's why he gave Islam such a close fight.
Yeah, because he knows how to defend. And he's such a dog, man. And we say that again, we say that in the most complimentary way. What a fighter, what a warrior. But it won't be easy, but I think he should do it. If he's still got that dog in him, that fire in his belly. I mean, he's 35 now.
Plus what I mentioned, he's just got that deal with Prime. He might have something now.
Him on
a bit of money to make as well, more money to make.
But yeah.
And will that lead on to him fighting for the interim title or for the title again?
It could do.
It'd be Islam again, isn't it?
Yeah, it could do. But the thing is that there'll be a mental block.
Could be that as well, yeah. But in UFC, we see a lot of trilogies, man. I like them.
Yeah, but
again, another reason why UFC is so good. Storylines, no, it's not being serious. So they build narrative so good. They build storylines so good. I tell you,
it's like a fight chapter.
Conor McGregor v Khabib, for example, got the whole world involved.
There's a chapter in UFC.
Yeah. No, yeah. Big time, and they've always got these storylines, and you're right. There's every year we see a big UFC rivalry take over.
I think the thing is with the way it's been exposed, especially after Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
you've got a lot more people watching it now.
Plus, you know what it is? Credit to Dana White. He hasn't put no leash on his fighters. He always says this. He doesn't expect them to say what. He hasn't got them down to some kind of standard. If Khamzat wants to come out after the fight and say free Palestine, he'll say free Palestine without a sanction.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's beautiful, man. You know, 100% is beautiful, but you're not fearful to say, because on the other side, you got players like Mana Solomon, Alexander Zinchenko, who will tweet for Israel, right? No sanctions. And then you got Anwar Al-Ghazi, who will, you know, we know what's going on.
Show a bit of support.
Show a bit of support. His contract's been terminated,
yeah,
exactly.
It's
so
disgusting,
the double standards that we've seen
the
in mainstream media is very clear to see. So, and I think that's woken everyone up. Not just because of social media, because there's a lot of truth that we've shown on Twitter, for example, where people, you know, the mainstream media and their double standards have been caught out, basically. So that's what it is. You know, the propaganda that they spew out there and the lies is caught up with them. And you know what? Who wants a war? There's not one person out here that loves war. But there's been a war for the last 4 years in Russia and Ukraine. Money, the most ultimate money laundering war ever. Let's not get into it, man. And then you got this and that. But that's why I give credit to Dana White, right? He's got no leash on him. If they got political views, they got political views. If they Sadeh Bande, just get in there and fight, man, and get on with it and move out. Why? Sometimes, just to wrap this up, so athletes, I think, are put under too much pressure, because think about it, if you've just played a 90-minute match and you just shove a microphone in your face, right, give us your thoughts on that match. Yo, man's trying to catch his breath, first of all. Think about it.
It's not even just that, Didi. We know from our own experiences, yeah, you're at your ultimate, like, emotional high,
100%.
whether it's in a good way or a bad way. So you might not necessarily come across how you would come across normally anyway. You won't.
Bro, let's be real, yeah, we know my way smiling. I met Chukke. He came to Jamaat.
Did you and Sub sort it out?
Yeah, he goes, oh, I love it. He goes, oh, I love it. I go, you're right, you need to get used to it. You need that fire there, man. But that's what we mean.
That's what it is.
We both understand, because we've been there, man.
People, we got criticised a lot from like...
from the boys.
From a lot of the boys, yeah. But
killing us.
They don't understand, yeah. Do you know what it is, boys? That's fire in the fucking belly, mate.
It is, man. But we can't help it.
If you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah.
If you've got it, you've got it. That's it.
There's so many times we tried to suppress it, but it'd come out, oh, yeah, you're wasting time, or you're doing this, we're losing.
We did here and there, innit? But all in all, everything was done amicably.
Yeah, and you need that, though, innit? It's nice, man. It's just a bit of, you know, going on and that.
But
right, next fight
on to the next one.
It's Paulo Costa, mate. That's
Paulo
a good
Costa versus
Whittaker. That's a big one, that, mate. In the same weight class as Sean Strickland, Adesanya. That's been the most exciting weight class recently, obviously.
Whittaker lost to Duplessis as well in his last
fight.
fight.
He did. And he's lost twice to Adesanya, hasn't he?
Yes.
So this is...
Do you know what it is? I do rate him as a fighter. He's a very good fighter. But
I think Adesanya too kind of put a nail in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Psychologically.
I mean, but the thing is, yeah, who is he coming up against? Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
Someone that, again, Adesanya has dealt with.
Yeah, yes.
And Paulo Costa's not exactly, you know, he's not exactly been pulling flowers out, has he?
Confidence boosting victory. He's coming off though, isn't it? He just beat Luke Rockhold.
He's an old man though, isn't he?
No, but that's what I mean. Still confidence.
I mean,
look at his CV though. Look at Rockhold's CV, bro.
Don't get me wrong, UFC veteran and that.
And he's not a slouch, is it? Let's be real.
But he's 39 years old.
Yeah, I get that.
He's an old man. And how old's Costa? I don't even know how old Costa is. I'm guessing he's early 30s, mid-30s, yeah?
Okay.
Max. He should be... And what was it? I swear it was... it wasn't a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout. I'm sure it went the distance.
It was a decision. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Whittaker's going to take this one. And...
set him up for Strickland?
I think he's going to knock him out as well.
Do you think it sets him up for Strickland then?
Why
That's
not?
the fight in my head.
Why not?
That makes sense in and all, because Strickland just lost his title. Whittaker's
why
been
not?
there before.
Prove yourself again.
Yeah.
Go fight Strickland whilst Duplessis is fighting Adesanya, if that happens.
But like we said, we're
Look,
both
it's that similar concept with what we saw in the last boxing thingy. You know what I mean? With if Joshua beats Thingy and if Wilder beats...
Wilder
didn't, did he? But yeah...
hold up his side of the bargain, did it?
Last fight that we're going to speak about is Ian Garry versus Geoff Neal.
Ian Garry, the reason that we're talking about Ian Garry, a lot of hype around this guy. The next Conor McGregor, they're saying 13 fights, 13 wins, unbeaten. He talks a lot. Obviously, the British hype that follows him and Paddy Pimblett is quite big. Paddy the Baddie, I don't know what you make of him. What do you make of him, Sub?
Paddy the fatty, mate.
Really? No, yeah, he's known for that. He's kind of known for that.
He's always putting bare weight on. Don't get me. He's a good fighter. He's not elite. And I don't know if he's world class either. He's a good fighter.
Is talking him going to get him to the top though?
Yeah, he's a good promoter. Isn't
Very good promoter of himself.
But I don't think he's not to McGregor's.
Well, to be fair, whoever's following on that comment, please, on this section, Ian Gary had a fight recently, and he went in the UFC octagon. It was outside a bar. Absolutely knocked the shit out of next man. No, it was mad. It's mad. And well, that's reason. Don't get funny with the bloody mixed martial artist.
Right, on to the boxing, mate.
So are we done? Yeah, with the UFC.
Knockouts.
What knockouts? What do you mean knockouts?
Just knockouts.
All right, in a tournament or something?
No, just knockouts.
All right, go on, what do you want to start with then? Hamza Sheeraz in it because he's fighting on 10th of February. Go on, let's start with you. Yeah. Hamza Sheeraz, for those of you who know, for those of you who don't know, what weight class is he in sub?
Middleweight.
Yep.
No, is it super? Isn't it super?
They're all the same sub.
No, but I'm sure it's super middleweight. You know?
I don't care.
I think it's super middleweight.
I wanted to make this joke as well,
I'm sure it's super middleweight. I know
middleweight,
they've got 100,
super middleweight, and light middleweight, yeah.
I know they've got 100.
I don't agree with the lights and the supers in the weights.
They should do it like UFC.
One weight, boom. Keep it all there, and then,
But yeah, then you can just fight amongst each other.
Why not, man? And the bigger fights will be made.
Yeah,
there you go again. No, that is one of the reasons why boxing fights don't get made sometimes. Because these guys, they skip a weight sometimes. Yeah. Oh, forget it. I'll jump up a little way because there's 5 shit fighters in that way I'll win a title. No, because we've seen it, man.
Who's he fighting, though?
Liam Williams, who just fought Chris Eubank Jr. in his 2 fights ago before Smith. No, man.
Is it Liam Williams?
It's Williams, his name is, I'm sure, man. The Welsh guy. Yeah. Fought, what do you call it? Chris Eubank Jr. And there's on TNT Sports, so big exposure now for Hamza Sheeraz. Recently, he's been fighting these European level fights. Should have probably more exposure being a South Asian. You know, like, for example, Adam Azim. He's got way more exposure than Hamza Sheeraz, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's been fighting for, what, 5-6 years less?
Yeah. I don't know why that is, to be honest.
No, because it's promoting. Was Sheeraz with Frank Warren for a bit?
Yes, he was with Frank Warren.
Listen.
You think he might still be with Frank Warren?
I don't know, mate. Frank Warren's a bit booky, you know. Because Amin was with Frank Warren as well. I might be starting to think things now. I'm going to check this out. Well, you did have Prince Nassim, I know. You might be the Ten Hag thing that you bought, man. Honestly.
No, that was wrong.
That's what I mean.
Don't mention that.
No, I'm not mentioning it, but between us, we know.
Yeah.
It could be, look, that's why you got that smile on your face. So, obviously, we know Amin personally. I'm going to get him on, inshallah, soon. Right? And then we've got Amjad that we say, we'll find out if he's still Queensborough, but if he isn't, it'll be surprising. Called that Amir Khan recently, that's where he's been more.
No, but I think they've
sorted it out. They have squashed it, yeah.
It's where they went for food or something together.
I personally think that he did that for that reason.
For exposure?
Yeah, to gain exposure, publicity.
Possibly.
And you know what? It worked. So fair play. If he did do it for that reason. If he did it for that reason. If he didn't, then, he's relocated to LA, I wanted to say as well. That's been a big psychological shift. I was reading an interview that he did in his attitude and, towards his career. What do you make of that going to America? It's always been said that if you want to make it to the elite level of boxing, you've got to crack America.
I think the thing is, America's not at that level anymore in boxing where you have to go to America. So I don't believe you have to go to America. Boxing, and this is no bias, but boxing is biggest and best right now in the UK, without a doubt.
I would now argue that, so I'd say in the last 5 years it has been. Because some of these smaller weight categories...
I think since Joshua's been on the map, I'd say like 8 years, 9 years.
But like the Haney category now, that's so exciting with Crawford and all that.
Oh yeah, no, the welterweight will always be. For some reason,
I know.
For some weird reason, welterweight just produces. I think, you know what it is? I think people of that build and weight are just naturally good fighters, man, like me.
I'm saying welterweight as well. I'll be light welterweight, actually.
I'm light at the moment, so...
I would be light welterweight as well, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I'd be light welterweight, right?
But we'll move up soon, inshallah.
The 4 Kings were welterweight as well, if I'm not mistaken. Tommy Hearns, what do you call it?
Don't look at me.
Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. The 4 Kings in the 80s. Pretty sure they were welterweight. Bad boy fights. It's Tommy Hearns with Marvin Hagler, the greatest first round in boxing history. Hands down. Have you seen that first round? Yeah. Forget your UFC fight. I'll show you that. I swear down, so it is nuts, bro. It is mental.
I think I might have.
So the bell rings, right?
And non-stop.
Bro, Hagler just comes into the middle. Hearn comes into the middle.
Both
bam,
exchanging.
bam, bam, bam. you know, you think at one point...
That's a clip that's gone out there.
I think it did go
It
viral
has,
because they've just come out and they're leathering each other. So at one point you think, you know what, Hearn's got the upper hand here on Hagler. Marvin War Hagler, there's a reason they called him the War Hagler, man. You know, he used to run up sand dunes in Boston, snow dunes in Boston while he was training. And then after he finished boxing, he starred in Italian movies. He became an Italian cinema star. Yeah. Big time boxer, man. Controversial, lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. Didn't really get over it. Other than that, was undefeated. But my favorite boxer from that period was Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
Manos de Piedra. The hands of stone, mate. Oh, my days.
Animal.
Oh, what a boxer, man. There's one fight where he beat the guy.
Didn't he have like 100?
Yeah.
He had like 100 and
yeah. There's one fight
his
where
record's mad.
Sick, man. And in his peak,
mad.
he was unbeatable, man. He was untouchable, man. Roberto Duran. Watch his movie.
One of the GOATs, eh?
Yeah, 100%. He's in my top 5 of all time. He's my second favourite boxer. Qasam. Wallah, done. Duran, I love Roberto Duran. The attitude he had, there's that one fight, I forgot who it was, where he's fighting him, right? And he's just won the championship. He turns to the crowd, he grips it like the way Simeone does. He goes, yeah, take that, man. I'm the man. I won it. He was sick, man. Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on then. Hamza Sheeraz's big breakthrough. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, like I says, man, you don't need to necessarily go to America, but I think it will be positive for him, somewhat different.
And if he wins, it'll obviously be shining light and,
you know, beat him, move on to bigger things. And inshallah for the brother, you know, he can crack on and go for a world title next.
Could he fight Eubank soon?
Well, I mean, it could be.
Listen,
possible.
Eubank's not really at world level. He always talks himself. He talks himself to that level.
No, I mean, his last win was
Smith.
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah, and he lost him though. He was avenging.
He lost the first one. Yeah, he lost the first.
Let's not forget.
Told you one Williams or Smith. Told you one Williams or Smith.
No, I said Williams has fought Eubank before Smith, man.
Oh shit! I thought you were on about Liam Smith.
Oh man, what the hell? All right, well that's cleared up on the pod then.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You thought no? What I said was before the two Smith fights, he fought Williams. Don't you remember?
Okay, so they've got the first same first name.
Yeah, Liam. Yes.
Oh.
You must remember the Williams Eubank fight, man. They got hyped because it's domestic. It wasn't really. They weren't on each other's level, bro. Eubank had him.
It was shit.
They were levels apart, bro. They were levels apart.
But how's Shakur, man? Like, bro, you picked him in your top 5.
He's trying crap. That's what he's doing. That's
Pound
what
for
he's
pound,
doing.
you picked him in your top 5.
Publicity stunt, my marketing. You know how it is. Boxers always
think
do it.
so?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather special.
What if he's seen the industry and he thought, you know what?
What do you mean? You know what? He needs to go move up and fight Haney, and he's got Cambosos and Teofimo and Loma and Crawford available and Spence.
You might as well segue into that.
You know, that's what we're doing. And Loma and Cambosos have been
announced.
I keep saying today. I'm on the arse and Wenger won against Lomachenko and Cambosos.
You might just do Rooney.
You used to love that, didn't you? What was it called? What was it called?
I can't remember.
Special One TV.
Special One TV. How do we forget that?
Special One TV.
Special One TV. YouTube search that.
Where's that guy? What?
Yeah.
You know what?
Jose Mourinho.
What if we could get that guy that fun? We'd love it.
Jose Mourinho, Wayne Rooney.
Fergie.
No, but Fergie, they never shown him. It was just a call.
No, that's what I was saying.
It was just a call.
Fergie's
the
call
Godfather,
was
yeah, the Godfather. Wenger. Hello. Do you remember? Hello. And Jose would be like, what do you want, Wenger? Stop calling me. Do you remember?
Asparagus. He just randomly make him say asparagus. That guy's a funny guy.
He wanted chips, didn't he? Remember, I think the joke was Rooney wanted chips.
Yeah, but he's getting asparagus.
They've always giving him asparagus.
Because he's fat and he needs to lose weight and that.
What a ball.
Good show that was.
What a show, man. But
good
yeah,
we should do some content like that.
Custom. Be fucking hilarious.
Be funny.
Get these boys out.
I'm telling you. I think that's it, yeah. So, Lomachenko, Cambosos.
Just, Lomachenko, Cambosos. No, we'll end on that in 2 minutes. We'll just give a quick one on this. I think this is a make or break fight in terms of to go further in their career and to move towards being elite for either.
Why
even
Loma?
Loma's had a few L's as well now.
Only Haney. You know, it is what I think. What I wanted to mention actually was that I think the order of invincibility around Lomachenko has gone.
Evaporated.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's why, like, a lot of boxing fans thought that he beat Devin Haney, and it was a close fight. So And I think if he fought that maybe 2
People
years
did
previous,
say that. Yeah, people did say
I
that.
think if he fought him 2 years previous, like the judges might have given it in favor of him because of who he was.
Yeah, maybe.
But in that time, who is he lost? He lost to Teofimo, if you remember.
Yes.
And that put a dent in him, really. That put a
Teofimo
massive dent in his invincibility.
Teofimo was massive, and then the thing is, if you look at like the cycle or the circle or whatever,
it was Kambosos beating
Kambosos beat. There you go, and everyone thought Teofimo was gonna wipe Kambosos.
Yeah, 100%. I did as
Oh,
well.
who's this Aussie? But for some reason, like
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
Kambosos, yeah, that was a fluke in my opinion. I said it to you at the time.
I don't know. I felt like his energy, like I was looking at the press conference.
Yeah.
I felt like his energy and his aura.
Even in the fight, he looked good. His skill looked good in that fight, you know. But
I think you know what, I think he let it get to him, you know, I've beaten my man.
Yeah.
And I think he got a bit too cocky with it.
He did, you know.
And if he's humbled himself, he's going to give Lomachenko a fight, mate.
He will do, but I think Lomachenko is going to come now very, very, very hungry at that. You know what?
Need to get back to
that sense of,
level.
you know, injustice is going to be inside him, running through his blood, and he's going to like, you know, I need to avenge my last loss and show everyone I'm still the man. I've got it in me.
Why not?
There you go.
Last point.
What?
Fury, man.
Oh yeah, obviously.
What is he doing, man?
It's been cancelled. What he's doing? I don't like that narrative. We're going to actually, that'll be the next week's main topic. Obviously, we'll analyse Sheeraz's fight and then we'll talk about Fury and Usyk. A lot of people out there calling him a coward, Usyk side. So some people do have the theory that Fury pulled out purposely. I don't believe that at all. The Gypsy King never pulled out. Like I said last time, on I think last week's pod, he went
Only
to
have his missus.
Even then he doesn't. He's got 7 kids, mate.
Shit.
Yeah, he's actually got 7 kids.
So he doesn't. You're right. He
doesn't,
never pulls out.
He never pulls out, mate. The Gypsy. That's sick. I got you. Oh, I got you there. Good today because you thought you were genuine.
I just thought I'd drop the joke.
Yeah.
And you're like, no. Wait a minute.
Like, yo,
he's got 7, 8 kids.
He actually has. He doesn't.
He don't pull out.
He loves it. He's a gypsy. He loves it.
Andar bana hai.
Bro, I don't know how the guy. You can't question Tyson Fury, bro. I'm telling you. I hope that.
I'm done.
You know, he doesn't need any fire in a minute. Like, you know, like when we said about Poch yesterday, we're gonna obviously when they see it, right? There's no fire in his belly. You know, if the complete opposite of Poch is Tyson Fury, you need to sometimes put it out, like, you know, calm down. You know, when he goes out soon and he's just going out and be like, brother, just calm down a bit. And you know what? Last point I'll make on it was, I don't think he'll get cancelled.
It'll get rescheduled.
And Turkey's made sure of it, hasn't it? By saying,
the money's too big, mate. The money's too big.
I don't think it'll get cancelled at all. I think they will fight now in May, so we'll just wait for it. The cut's serious. It does look serious. I believe in it. I think it's genuine.
Yeah, no, it was obviously a recurrence, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously had against Wallin, if you remember. Wallin lived off that cut. He's still living off the cut.
No, he's done now.
Josh Bombay. Right, done. Thank you very much.
Like, share,
comment
and
subscribe. See you on the next one.